Hey, Aley.
Danny, I'm so glad to be
Woo-hoo!
here. I know, I really am. I'm
I am
thrilled.
so happy. We have been talking about this forever, and it's fine.
Months.
So you had me on your show a year ago? I don't know.
Maybe just, yeah, because I started my channel on November 21st. And I wrote to you after I did, and Andrea introduced me to all of you people, and then I had you come on. So it might have been December or early January.
Yeah, I think I had a crew cut then.
Well, you probably did, but you put, what is it called? Vigoro on your hair, and it grew right out.
It did.
The
It's
plant
like
food.
like
Yeah.
a chia pet. Hey, so what's up with your hair?
Well, I just decided that there is really no one quite like me, so I wore my unicorn hat, and it's kind of silly, but
You're true. There is no one just like you. I
not
had a
quite like me.
I had a subscriber give me this. I don't know if you can see it. It's an unicorn, but do you know what the name of this is? Aley corn.
Alicorn.
It's an alicorn.
Oh.
Alicorn.
So two minds with one thought. Who knew it? That synchronicity always happens like that, doesn't it? I think so.
It does.
You're open to it. Yep, I love it.
It does. All right. Well, listen. What we were getting into, and when we were backstage, we were just talking and talking and talking, and I said we got to record this because this is good stuff. So we're talking. We're in the back talking about higher, raising our vibrations higher, getting out of the slug of the 3D land, and the 3D land. What does 3D land mean to you? Three-dimensional.
It's all material. It's everything ego. I gotta have more. My car, my job, my beauty, my clothing. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of it's ego. And for me, if I just kind of step back and step away from myself, it's like this body is going through like molasses or the Huntington Beach oil spill.
That was not that sludgy.
That was so it's just this thickness, and as we rise up into a higher vibration, when we're not thinking about us and how much I have, how much I don't have, and we get into a vibration of I'm gonna share, and it's all love, and it's it's peace, it's love, it's compassion, it's all that, right? And we get to share whatever we want to share. I can't talk to you looking like that. You
like
look,
this, or like the way I
you
was?
No, you look too serious now.
Oh, all right. I'll put it back on. It's supposed to come out of my head, though,
I need one. Oh,
there you go. I like that. Yes. Yes.
Hang on.
When you have a serious subject, it is important to bring levity to it. Yes. Oh, you look beautiful, Danny.
Okay.
My God.
I know.
I'm thinking Shakespeare. What's the one? A Midsummer's Night Dream.
Yay.
Yes. Okay.
Do not confuse me with the QAnon shaman.
No, you could never be that. You're Puck. You're Puck from Midsummer.
Yeah. So getting back to the seriousness, this light energy, that's where we need to be. That's where we need to live life. And so when we're constantly focusing on news things, because what you said was so important, when we had to get rid of 45, it was, this has to be done.
Right.
Right?
Yep. We have to come here and find out what the hell's going on. Yep.
We have to push against it, which probably wasn't the right idea, pushing against anything, but we have to make sure that this does not continue.
Right.
And so we did that. It's not continuing. We still need to be vigilant.
We do.
But we don't need to be in the slug so much.
No, we don't want to perpetuate the negative stuff by focusing on that, because what it does is it draws in more of it. And the other thing it does is when it does that, it brings our vibration down, and we become one of them is the best way to say it. And I hate to be that way, but that's the mindset of the 45 QAnon folks.
Right.
Yeah.
And not just them, but I think it's also that mindset of the media, the mainstream. I don't know what the difference is between mainstream and non-mainstream. There's still an agenda there. Yeah. And so one of the questions I had, which keeps coming up a lot, is how do you discern what's true or not true? So here's a website that I know is true, because it's got the word truth in it.
That's right. How could it not be true? Yeah.
Truth Social.
Truth Social.
Truth Social. Right? So that's Trump's new website that's going to go down in tubes and flames. So you can't believe that. But what about the Veritas group? Veritas, Truth Group. Right. Truth Group.
Right.
No.
It don't matter what you call it. The intention is not truth.
It's not truth.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Trump wants to trademark the word truthing.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, well, what about the science? That's another one that you get pushback on, or at least I have. But to me, our understanding, right now they're saying science, trust the science, but science, that information is going to change as it has.
Yeah, as they find out more. Right.
Right. In 1918, people were dying because of aspirin overdoses, because that's what the science was. Take a lot of aspirin.
Right. Screw up your stomach. Woo-hoo.
Screw up your stomach. Yeah. So how do we discern what the truth is when we're looking at the media and listening to us? Because what we say may or may not be the truth for somebody, but it is. Come on, look at us. Yeah, we're telling the truth.
Yeah. So I think those horns are something else. I won't say what I'm thinking. Critical thinking is going to be urgent in this. I'm finding my college students, they're first year college students, some of them are juniors in high school that I have. They have not been taught critical thinking. They have only been taught, read the book and this is what the teacher said, this is what my parents said, this is what my friends say. Right. And they don't trust the gut because they have no idea about the gut, but they also have no idea what's true and what's not. And they make all the decisions based on not discernment, but following the crowd so they won't be pushed out anywhere. And there's a lot of people that are older than them that have the same problem. It's just that, right. I'm kind of saying we're going to have this forever if we don't do something about it, now with these young people. Right. And we do have, everybody has an agenda, right? So you have to figure out if their agenda is in alignment with you. So whatever you're watching, but still there's something, and what you said is a little
frightening to me is that they're not trusting their instinct.
They don't
And I'm
even know
looking-
about that. They don't even really,
Yeah,
that's just something that's way low under the radar for people who aren't spiritual. It really is.
yeah, it's
And,
way low under the radar, but really it's way high.
it does, it brings you way high if you know it, and it is
Yeah.
an important thing. But trusting your gut is also jumping off of a cliff in some cases, because we're thinking, oh, this really sounds right, and then we, just like when you're a psychic or you're a medium, you think to yourself, that couldn't be right, that couldn't be
Right, right.
because I'm asking myself, and what do I know, and and then we go into that sort of.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting that in another video, a couple of videos ago, I was doing the pendulum about what's my level of consciousness, my vibration, higher or lower. When I wake up, after I meditate, after I do a reading. And so I thought it'd be fun if you can check, because you don't do cards, you do oracles, which,
Right.
and
Yep.
I got to get you some deviant moon oracles or some evil oracles.
Evil ones, okay.
Evil ones.
You keep me in 3D.
my dark mirror ones. Oh,
my.
they are creepy. And at first I thought those were going to be so scary I would never pick them up. But, really they're not. It's just something
No?
that you have
Okay.
to look at
Yeah.
and go, yeah, that is part of me that's
Shadow.
that needs to let go, that I need to let go of. I appreciated it being there. I learned something. Okay, now bye-bye.
Yeah, right.
Right.
If you listen to the message but we have people that we're reading on that would never listen to that message, no matter
don't.
if it was, if Buddha or Jesus came down and said, you know what, these tell the truth. They still
Right.
don't believe it.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's try a little I guess game. Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Check in on energy. Yeah.
Check in on energy. So you're going to be the good witch, and I am going to read on certain people that may not be so elevated in their intention.
Okay.
Some nasty, yucky people. So
At least we get to wash when we're done. We got a lot of towels and
yeah.
soap. Okay.
And I am taking this off because
Okay.
yeah.
Then I get to take off mine.
You get
Only
to take
because
off.
it's pinching my head. So, all right. But I'm not serious.
Okay, so how? Yeah, no. You are a light being.
Oh, yes.
You are. So, who should we? So, who should I read on first? Do you have some?
Well, we
lovely
mentioned one,
person?
but yeah, but I would like to know more about McCarthy, because
Okay.
he's such an enigma in a lot of ways. And so I would love to, I know, and he's stinky. Yeah.
So, I want you, hang on. I wish we would have done that before. I wish we would have read. I want you to pull 2 cards on me. Let me
okay.
think about my energy higher self.
Yep.
Pick and hang on one second.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And maybe I should wear my antlers again. Okay. Okay, go ahead whenever you're ready.
So I'm reading on you.
Reading
So
on
I'm
me. Just 2 cards or
2
3.
cards already. I'm taking my sacred oracles, sacred earth, because your energy is very shamanic. So,
And this is just my energy before the reading.
okay. First card I get is revolution. But I love this because it is, look at, there's the earth. And this woman is just getting ready, or your feminine side, I don't know, whatever it is, or this could represent you, of course, is preparing for a revolution to bring up information that will be important for us to share and understand. And also, you are a very consistent person. Consistency is the other word.
Oh,
And yeah, I pretty much that's what you're showing now, but I always see you pretty much that way in my own mind's eye. Yeah, yeah, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
not a bad thing. No,
Not a bad thing. No.
I wish I could see myself more consistent. All right, so now we're switching, and you
Okay.
can pull your cards whenever you want during this reading, and we're just going to see what kind of energy level drops that your cards can perceive from me,
Okay.
on
Okay.
me, if that makes any sense. McCarthy, he was the one, Mike McCarthy?
No,
Is
it's
that-
Kevin.
Kevin McCarthy. He's the Mike McCarthy is a football coach, I think. Kevin McCarthy,
Yeah, he's from California. He's the Republican
right, the
right,
minority leader in the
minority
House.
leader. Correct.
And
yeah.
he's like, oh, this insurrection is bad. Trump, you got to stop it. And then he goes down to Mar-a-Lago kissing his ring.
Right.
That's a nice
He does.
word. Ring.
He
It
does.
was-
Right.
that's
It
not
is a
what-
nice word, but I don't believe that Trump really forgave him for any, or will, because he just doesn't.
No, Mike McCarthy. So let's
No,
just
Kevin.
read on.
Kevin.
Kevin McCarthy. I'm sorry. Thank you. Kevin McCarthy. Kevin. See where that consistency's going right now? Down the tube.
You're consistently wrong. What can I say?
I know. My energy just drops into this lower vibration, just getting into this.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, it is.
Kevin
It's-
McCarthy. What? And he's caught up in that Rolling Stone article where all
Oh.
these people are starting to come out of the woodwork and
Okay.
going, oh yeah, you were really involved in the planning of January 6th.
Okay.
So, all
My
right,
gut tells me that, but you know,
Kevin McCarthy. I'm just gonna, whoa, that popped out.
it flew out, huh?
And so I'm using the Deviant Moon, and that's the
Ooh,
9. I know these cards are
They're
beautiful,
cool. Yeah.
but they're a little creepy, as
They are.
is Kevin. So this is 9 of Pentacles. It's about money, but he's chained. If you can see that chain, there's a
Absolutely.
little like devil in there. And one of my cards for 45 is
Devil.
the devil card.
Yeah.
But
Because he
this
is. Yeah.
this is more just like a skull with wings. So I wouldn't say it's the devil, but he's chained to something
Yeah. And on that card, he's chained. Yeah.
that is
Mhm.
that is dead.
Yep. Yep.
And it's being crossed by the high priest, what he knows,
That's the government, isn't it?
the government. Yeah, well, the Hierophant would be the government. The high priestess is a higher
Oh.
order, but it's a little secretive. It's
That's
like
right.
this secret society type.
That's
thing.
right. Unknown. Yeah. Mm.
And look at that. The 8 of Cups. No. Let's not see anything of what these cups have in them.
Right.
Right.
Oh
So
my.
he's like being pushed away. A lot of times the 8 of Cups could be walking away from sorrow or something. But in this deck, it feels like, no, don't let any of that information out.
Right.
Uh-oh. And the potential near future is the Queen of Cups. No, we're going to
Oh.
open up this cup and we're going to see what's inside.
Okay. Okay.
And that's
Wow.
Kevin McCarthy. Something is going to come out with him. He's got some money ties. They're going to be kind of following the money.
Yep.
He's playing this high priestess game. No, I can hide this. I can make it secret. but it's going to come out.
Could you say that perhaps that's even Nancy Pelosi, the queen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because she's going to get it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we want to check in on your energy now that you've been down in the mud and mire. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see where I am. Kevin.
Wow. Okay. So same cards deck.
Okay.
The first one is listen. Listen. And look at the size of the conch on her ear. So, but this one tells you, listen to dependable people. This says dependability on it. I don't know why it's showing up backwards here. It doesn't do that on usually. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, dependability. So yes, you are always dependable, but depending on what you listen to, it's brought down when you're listening to things that aren't at your soul level. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah. Wow.
And it's really something when we choose to listen to the wrong things.
Absolutely.
I think that this was an interesting comment that Andrea made, because we were talking about her doing 45 on 45, and I go, how can you stay in that for so long? She goes, I'm just not that invested in it. And as a reader, you cannot be invested in the outcome.
It's true. Yeah.
Whatever information you get, and you just say it. I'm invested in the outcome. I want to see that guy not keep doing it.
That's a hard thing for a reader, though, don't you think? Because it's what you want. You have your opinion, what you'd like to see happen, and it's hard to divest yourself from that in order to Wow.
Yeah, it is. Okay. It is, because we obviously we care about our country. We care about our social programs and the people who aren't as fortunate as we. And what you're saying before I hit record was that this lower energy is all thinking about limitations and how I have to keep what I have, and they forget the limitlessness that they're in limit land, and higher beings, higher light beings are there. There is no limit. You have you can have anything you want. Yeah,
pretty much. It does pull us. There's a very huge attempt to suck us in. And it's always been that way. I think advertisers try to suck us in to buy their product. People want to suck us in to watch a show or a movie or this or that. And all of that, the purpose isn't to elevate anybody. It's the dollar, the mighty dollar. That's all it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was listening to somebody today, and they were talking about a sales technique that my dad used to tell me all the time. And I wish I could remember the exact phrase of it, but it was about get them on your side with good news. Don't give them the bad news. Oh, this is not going to be good for you. Get them with how it's going to benefit them.
How it's going to benefit you.
Right. And so often we've lost that in the news. It's all about fear instead of how is this going to benefit us?
The other thing that in a sales technique that my brother used to tell me works like a charm is that you get them nodding, and then you tell them what you want. And then you say, doesn't that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And oh, he could sell iced Eskimos, honestly. It's amazing. But we are flooded with that, Danny. I tell my students all the time, we are constantly flooded with all this stuff, more so than our parents ever were, or our grandparents for sure.
Right.
And yeah, it is hard to discern. It is, because we have so much information.
Because we have so much. And I just think it needs to align with our higher source, with love and compassion. And if it doesn't align, I mean, those are some of the words that I use. If it doesn't align with that, then I'm probably lowering my vibration.
Yeah, probably. I mean, and we can fall victim to it, and we're not perfect, you know. But if we realize it, at least we can sort of make a turnaround with it. But if we don't realize it, like when I said in the beginning, the young people don't know anything about gut intuition or anything. And, you know, so they have that at a disadvantage to those of us who do. But perhaps I wouldn't have at that age either. But we're in a different world now.
We're in a different world. And I think, you know, people are talking about the veil is thinning. And I think too that more and more people are going to be just feeling that that the I was going to say the emptiness of being some of the, like a pop star or something. You know, I just want to be on TikTok or YouTube or wait a minute, we're on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I'll see you later. But what is our purpose? For me, you know, if I make a few bucks, that's great. I really enjoy that. But I don't see that as my purpose. I see my purpose as being a light worker, helping people that need it, shouting out to folks, introducing and And somebody said, is it competition is 3D, collaboration is 5D. And that stuck with me. And I agree with that. Yeah.
And say that again, because that was good.
Yeah, I know. Competition is 3D. And, you know, you see that. It's funny. I saw somebody today with a Seattle Seahawks truck. I mean, he didn't work for them. He had his whole truck all decked out for that. I just thought that was nutty. But, you know, 3D is competition and 5D is collaboration. Yeah. It's when you work together, and we're working on that. I see that happening here so often. And that's why I was doing that series that I'm doing. But the collaboration without ego, and just like we're doing right here, having a free flowing conversation. Yeah. You know, is really, really wonderful, and gives other people some ideas. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Cool. All right. Let's get down into the weeds again. One more guy.
Okay.
One more person.
One more guy in the weeds.
One more person in the
weeds. We can go ahead and do Matt Gaetz if you'd like. That's fine. Oh. I know. Just don't vomit.
Thank you.
We could do what's that kid, Matthew Cawthorn, that guy in the wheelchair. He's pretty gross too. He's from North Carolina.
Do you have anybody else that you want to like? How about
Jim Jordan?
That guy screams all the time.
What do you mean? Talk about negative energy. He's not 3D. He's like 2D. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay.
I got to read you again, right?
I don't know if it's going to work. Let's just do the last
do the other one.
If I've sunk even lower.
Because we've mentioned their names.
I know. And then we're going to do Katie Porter. All right. So I'm doing Jim Jordan.
Okay.
Jim Jordan.
Oof. I don't know. I don't know. I talk to the president every day.
Yeah, I think maybe I did. I don't.
Oh, who knows? That was a long time ago.
It was. I could look on my phone if you'd like, but it may take longer than 80 days for me to actually do that.
Yes.
Anyway. Okay, so Jim Jordan. Just give me 4 cards on Jim Jordan. Ooh, Jim.
Why do I see sweat and vomit and okay, never mind.
Oh, once again.
Ooh.
Jimmy. So, it's interesting. I got the Page of Wands. When you look at this, he's like walking on stilts. So when I think of somebody walking on stilts, you can go and they will just fall right over.
That's
right?
true. Yes.
So even though this page is, pages of wands, that it's this young energy, and it's kind of like going and moving maybe a little too quick with a new idea, new passion. And he's certainly always yelling and screaming, but I think he's on stilts. I think he's on really shaky ground. It's being crossed by the money. He's just
Oh, for heaven's sakes, look at that.
for the money. Same card is
Yes, that's Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin got. He's very worried about jail. He's defending himself with the Seven of Wands. He's defending himself a little bit, a lot, and then with the other guy, Kevin, we got the Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords.
Oh my God.
So another female that's going to be coming after him, but this is more legal. This is legal issues coming in.
Okay. So it's some prosecutor or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And when I said that, I heard in my ear, I heard Liz Cheney. Now
she's pretty pissed off. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, and she's not legal. However, I mean, she's not like somebody that can, lock them up.
Right,
but,
right.
How's my energy now? Lock them up. But she's somebody that can certainly open a door for legal actions to come to this guy.
Right. He could.
Yeah.
Wow.
How am I feeling?
Well, I got skywriting the fates. Skywriting the fates. So it's kind of cloudy, not real clear, but and the moon is behind you. So, yeah, a lot of emotion. I can't believe this. You brought this card to my attention a few months ago. And so when it showed up, I thought, oh my God, it's the caterpillar. Remember this one?
Yes.
I get the feeling that it says opportunity. It says opportunity. How do I connect that? Connecting the skywriting, the fate, to an opportunity. So what you do is, this is what you do. And you take all opportunities that are offered to you. I get the feeling from that last card that it does bring you down, but it's an opportunity for you to practice your skills and sort of skywrite what it is. I don't get you're not in the dungeon yet, but it's not your most comfortable thing to do, I'm getting.
Right. Yeah. And what the information that I got from that, what's that first card? Let me see that first card again.
It was skywriting the fates. Yeah.
So if you go up into the higher dimension, then you can do your skywriting. But if you're down in that lower dimension, you're not going to be
like a caterpillar.
Right. Yeah. But it felt that skywriting felt so dark. The energy was so dark in it.
Yeah. And I think part of the reason is because we can lament over these people and these things, but we can't work fast enough to get rid of them. And there's a fear there that brings us to these questions, because what if this doesn't get done?
Yeah.
And where will we be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
Definitely.
Let's see what
Katie. Yeah.
Katie Porter.
I haven't heard anybody, maybe a Republican, but I haven't heard anybody that doesn't like Katie Porter.
Oh, I did a reading on her, and
Uh-huh.
I had a couple of comments on her, and I'm like, really?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I know.
flattering comments.
Right.
I'm like,
Okay.
but that was towards the beginning, and I had a lot of I had a lot of trolls on there that I've gotten rid of, that I just blocked.
Thank God.
And that list hasn't grown very much. It's starting to now. They're starting to come out again now. But
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. Right now, it's mostly the religious ones. I command Mohammed to strike you down and all this stuff. I'm thinking, okay, thank you.
well, and there was this one who was talking about his daughter needing surgery, and I'm not going to the hospital.
That's right.
And I go, okay, I'm not. This is not a religious channel, but okay, I'm just going to leave it on there. And I was on like a football. I went off, my YouTube thing, and it was off, I don't know. I was in the lower levels of YouTube, and there he was again.
Oh,
Same
okay.
thing, same thing. And I'm going, this is a bot.
It is a bot.
This isn't a real person.
A person,
and he's
right.
trying to, the energy was just so off that I felt kind of weird. I go, I don't know if I should block him, because he's talking about, a light being Jesus and high energy.
Okay.
As soon as I blocked him, I felt so much better.
Oh, that's great. You used your gut instinct. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, did you lose a light?
I know. I don't know. Oh, my dog walked on top of my cord. So I think it's okay.
Right. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Katie Porter.
Katie Porter.
Katie Porter. Whoa. I don't know if it's just my hands in these big cards, or 4 cards on Katie Porter.
I really like some of ways the cards feel.
Yeah.
With the material used better than others. Yeah.
Cards don't lie.
No, they don't.
Okay. Well, actually, I normally do 6, and so I said I was going to do 4, but I did 6.
Okay.
So that's just the way it is. First card, Magician. Yay, yay.
And she is one with money.
Yeah. I mean, she is just so good. The 7 of Swords reversed. 7 of Swords sneaking in the camp, that and stealing some armaments, but it's reversed. So what I get with this is she's kind of uncovering the person that's sneaking into camp. Yeah. So she's looking at them. At the base, who was the high priestess? Uncovering. So she's looking at the secrecy of all this stuff that people are trying to keep hidden. And it was the first guy that I read that I can't remember his name. Thanks. I'm glad I can't.
Oh, Kevin. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
The first one of the Kevin. Yeah, he was. She does have the 9 of Swords in the past, which is a little
ominous.
Worried. Yeah. Staying up at night thinking about things, but that may be what she is bringing to all these people that she's looking at. At the top, I got the 10 of Cups, which is
great card.
Yeah, happiness, family, everybody's like just bringing everybody together. That's my Democrat card. And then if one card's forward looking and bringing passion and truth, it's the Queen of Wands, and that's who she is.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
They just need to put a whiteboard on there. That would really prove it, you know.
Well, see, there's a whiteboard.
Oh, okay, there's one. Yes, she's
And
writing on the
look at
moon.
that great big whiteboard right behind her. That's
That's
making
right.
everybody cheer and making
Really?
everybody happy.
Yep, yep, absolutely. Wow.
All right.
All right, so
Well,
now we're
I
checking
feel-
your energy.
I just feel better after reading on her than the other
You
one.
need validation. I know she's precious, honestly. All right, let's see. This is from a different sacred coaching cards, but I love them because they have one word. The first card I got was, I am a radiant and powerful being. So this thing was perfect. And you felt lighter, you felt better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
you
did.
bounced up. And here it says you step into the future with determination and power. So anytime you're reading on, it's action here, action. When you're reading on
Yeah.
Katie, you feel like there's some action being done as well, I would say. Yeah.
Right. And the last reading you did, that caterpillar, it's one cat on top of another. So it's kind of like, how do you put a cat on top of another cat? It's hard. It's 3D. It's really,
it is
cut up and scratched.
That's right.
And
no matter how many
Katie's-
lives they get, they're going to be kind of miserable. That's right.
Yeah. And Katie's was just, just uplifting.
It was. Your whole energy shifted, actually. It really
So
did.
we just have to be, it's just a reminder to be mindful of what we're allowing in.
Right.
And who we want to listen to as far as truth goes, what our truth should be.
Right. And I guess always be willing to find out more. If you have the ability to do that, if the person will give you more of their truth. And the other thing you can do is to say, well, that's your truth. We all have our own truth, but doesn't mean those are facts.
Yeah.
It's your truth,
Right.
subject to your perception.
Yes. Yes. And it switches.
All
right.
It does.
What else?
Well, we were going to talk a little bit about the budget, right?
Oh, yeah. And you had mentioned Joe Biden's approval rating. And I was thinking about that because well, what do we want to read on first? Because these are going to be oracle cards. Right.
I just don't perceive that that's the truth, Danny. I don't think they're asking the right people or something. And polls are very iffy anyway.
Right.
I guess we want to know, once all this BS is done with all these things he wants to do, will that go up? I don't know.
Yeah. Or what is our energy? What should our focus be during this time when his energy when his numbers are perceivedly down?
Right. We're not to buy into that.
We don't have to buy into that.
Yeah.
So
because all it's doing is thoughts are things. It's bringing that to fruition. I just wish we could go on to CNN, MSNBC and say, Rachel, we got to tell people not to think that.
Yes. So what's I forgot the question.
Well, we want to know, can we turn this around with, can we change the pattern of thought to be more positive? I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's, what are the cards showing us that we need to do to change this energy?
Change this energy. Yes.
Do you know what deck this is?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, just wondering.
I love that deck. I really do.
I saw it on somebody's channel.
No,
Yeah,
really? Oh.
yeah. And I went, I gotta go get that. After I said, I am not buying any more decks.
I know, but sometimes the deck just screams at you.
Screams.
It
All
does.
right. All right. What do we need to do to change to help Joe Biden's numbers turn around energetically? Energetically.
That's interesting.
Oh my gosh.
You want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I don't care. You go.
You did two cards? Is that
I
what you
did.
did?
I did 3.
Oh, then I'll do another one. Okay.
Do another? Yeah, of course. Oh, then I'm gonna do.
Because I'm
one.
picking from different decks. I like to do that.
Yeah, me too. You're doing 3?
Yeah.
Then this is a competition. I'm gonna do 4.
Oh, you silly man. Well, I'm going to do 22.
How many decks do I have?
You get out of 3D right now. No competition. It's interesting because when I've gone on with Kathleen Lightworker and Ron and Sophie, and we've done tarot stories, and we all pull a card, and it's amazing what the story is.
And you follow each other's card, right? Yeah, it's kind of like an improv thing.
It is. It's kind of fun. Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right. So, what have we been talking about this whole time with news? How do we discern the truth? What's the truth? What's our truth? Why are we buying into something that doesn't raise our vibration? How do we help Joe Biden discern?
Oh my, see, perfect. Oh,
I know.
God.
I just started laughing about.
I know. Yep. Perfect, Annie.
And then we have friction.
You will get friction. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If we're following what the media wants, the numbers are bad. Then we get friction. And just look at what he's doing. He's like building a caterpillar.
Right. He is
slow for him, and he's working with all these lower energy.
Poor guy. Yeah.
I know. But it's consistency.
It is consistent.
And so it's our discernment, being consistent with our discernment is what I'm.
No matter what. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And not staying in that friction, because it shouldn't be friction. Otherwise, if we don't have enough oil and we're feeling that friction, then we're swimming upstream or whatever. It should be smooth. It should be smooth. So that's what I got for Mr. Biden.
Wow. Well, I just love that.
For us, for Mr. Biden.
So when I first pulled this card, I'm like, this couldn't be real. This couldn't be the right card. But it's okay.
I love it when that happens.
Don't you? You have to really think more, I guess. It says surrender your fear of intimacy. Whoops, where are we? And I'm thinking to myself, that's like a love sexual card or whatever, but it says here, you're ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And what is it that we have to do? We have to open our heart in order to be uplifted. And so that's very important, right?
Right.
So the second one says it takes courage. Whoops, sorry, can't see the word. But look at it's like going into a Halloween haunted house. Yeah, and there's a lot of creeps in there. like in the government or
Yeah.
out there, that are
Right.
just saying, but have courage because, you're doing the right thing by bringing yourself up. And then the dust devil, which says moving out of stagnation. And they're all from different card decks, but they really do tell the story.
And the first one was what?
Surrender your fear of intimacy.
Surrender your fear of intimacy. Wow.
And it has all to do with opening your heart. And because there's so many creeps out there, many of us close down our hearts, especially when we're outside, with all these people. But we're supposed to open them up in order for, maybe just even to support Uncle Joe, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. And
well, going back to that. So I was just thinking, we close our heart down. And when we're talking to somebody that I was going to say a Republican, but I don't want to label that, but somebody who doesn't have our belief system and we guard ourselves, that card saying, open that up, it can't hurt you.
Right.
If you don't allow them to.
Use discernment.
There's the discernment. You can allow that to come in, but you can open your heart without letting their toxicity in. Well,
that's right. You can. And, and you can always close it down temporarily if you need to, or carry a stone or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, we're talking about him. We have to open up our heart. That's what he does.
Yeah,
he actually really, really, truly believes that he can be bipartisan, and he opens his heart to all these people, even the ones in the Democratic Party that are blocking everything. And he's saying, "Come on, man!
Come on, man!"
You can hear him saying that. Come on, man!
Come on, man! And and I really think that whatever we get in this round of legislative whatever finance, the package
financing,
that it's going to be enough to propel a big change,
major changes,
big change. We're going to see that we can't have this slim majority. We need a bigger majority, so that if people have a different opinion, then the majority is going to rule. And even if the Republicans were had the courage to say, this might be okay. Yeah, I might go along with it. I don't agree with it 100%, but I agree with it enough that I'm going to vote for it. Yeah. They're not allowed to even do that.
This really pisses me off when I shouldn't get mad, but why can somebody tell like Kevin, tell everybody they can't vote the way that they want to vote?
Yeah.
I don't understand all of that. And it could be said for the Nancy telling people don't vote that way. Why? That wasn't the job, I don't think, was it? That wasn't the job. No.
You should be able to vote however
that's right.
Your constituents, however you feel your constituents want you to vote.
Correct.
I think. But then again, I'm not in government. And I ain't gonna.
Oh, thank God I'm not either. Yeah. We don't get it.
No. All right. Well, how long have we been on? Oh, we've been on an hour.
Yeah, I know. We were having fun.
Yakky, you and me. All right. Should we do one more?
Yeah, we can. Or we could talk about the budget.
Okay.
I really think that, and we can pull one more person, that's fine. But when I hear people talking about, we can't afford to do this, we can't afford to tack this on, we cannot not afford to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're seeing the storms out in California. People are getting rain, actually. And we're seeing storms in the Midwest. We're seeing terrible, and we're seeing lots of other things that need to be fixed and restructured. And I think the real interesting part is I've always been told that money is an illusion. It's a made up way to keep track of an exchange.
Yeah,
Now, we don't want to run out and put ourselves into bankruptcy. That's not a pleasant thing to do. But, if you were in a situation, let's say, where you had to make a decision about your dog got hurt and had to have an operation right away, and there's no stopping, either you
right.
make the decision or the dog dies. Most of us who have animals, and we find the money, not always, but most of us.
Sure.
But it's an illusion. All it is just, it's energy. It's just exchanging energy. That's all it is. So while I don't think we should just go crazy, building and buying, there were a lot of other crazy things like the border wall and other things like that, to me, that weren't serving anything but fear.
Fear.
And so let's keep everybody in fear, because
Right.
that's what sells everybody.
And getting back to bankruptcy, could that be an illusion too?
It probably is. Just like I heard
A harsh illusion.
a harsh one. I heard, though, that the Treasury Department can make a coin for trillions of dollars and take it over to the federal bank
Yeah,
and infuse our budget with that. That is how illusionary money is.
right. And does it really do anything? Once you have your needs met, then how much more do you need?
Right. Well, we've had a bridge here in Washington that a truck was driving over 2 or 3 years ago, and he went off, the bridge broke, and he went off into the water in his truck because we hadn't fixed that bridge since 1933. Well, you can't keep going, you got to have fixing. Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, I think, this goes down, this conversation just goes down a big rabbit hole for me, because
it does.
There's all sorts of things that, but you can't, you have to be responsible, bankruptcy is real, that's going to lead to homelessness. There's so much that we cannot talk about, but the basic premise, I think, is absolutely right, that we create problems with our idea of financial
lack and limitation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is a bankruptcy? It's a fresh start. That's what it is.
Right.
It's a fresh start.
Yeah. Right.
And no one wants to go through it, but it saved a lot of people that had some things that happened to them that were disastrous.
Right.
And it was a way to make a fresh start. And if they could learn from it and grow with it, but you get all these people, well, I ain't paying for that. I get that all the time too, with student loans. My son paid off his student loans. His girlfriend's paying on hers forever and ever and ever. And he said, you know what? People say to me, don't you not want her to have hers paid off because you had to pay yours? And he said, no. He said, I think if people want it, they're lucky. I don't think that's great for them. But, that's not what a lot of people feel. They feel like they're pulling that weight.
And it's, we could go on for another 2 hours on.
I know we could. So, let's pull Janet. Do you know that lady that she's the Secretary of the Treasury? Janet
Yellen.
Yeah.
Let's yell when we pull the cards too.
Yay, we will.
Janet Yellen. Let's just pull some energy cards for Janet Yellen.
Look, I put this on finally the way it's supposed to be.
As we wrap up.
This has been fun.
It has.
I like it. It's different. It was different, and it was something fun. Yeah, you're always fun, Danny.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell that. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
I know.
All right, here we go. Janet Yellen. Where we go? Janet. Yeah, I get that with my Republican redneck hillbilly brother, how are we going to pay for this? And I go, you're not paying for it. I am too. It's my tax dollars.
BS.
And I go, how much? You're a hillbilly. How much taxes did you pay?
Yeah.
Well,
I got the refund back. Yeah. Yep. And it's all because people just have no way of knowing because they're not educated to know. So they hear that, mantra. Oh, that's my money, my taxes. Right.
And I can't talk about my Republican hillbilly redneck brother because he is my Republican redneck hillbilly.
It brings you down into 3D. That's why. Yes.
All right, Janet. 3 cards for Janet. Oh.
I think anybody that I've heard ever read on her. Maybe I'm wrong.
Janet. Ooh. Wow. Janet, maybe I wasn't clear.
Hey, it could be people that look like they're good and not be good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I went first last time. You go first this time.
Okay. Let's see. I get light.
Oh.
I get light and I get clarity and organization.
Yeah, certainly that's her.
That is her.
Yeah.
And I get one more. Surrender to spirit. Interesting.
Yes.
So it might be that she's not completely a spiritual person, but she's clear, she's connected, and she is from light, is a good person. It looks like from what
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, this kind of goes with your reading is going with mine.
Okay.
I got middle world because I'm using my shamanic oracle.
Yeah.
And so the middle world is all about this earthly plane.
Okay.
This plane of existence. And all 3 cards I have circles. So a big bubble. So she's I feel like she's kind of protected a little bit.
Okay.
I got the sweat lodge where she has to go in, and I'm like, sweat lodge, that's where you go in and you kind of open up and you
purify
and purify yourself. And I'm going, so what does she need to work on? Obviously, with dealing with these financial issues, she's got to work on a lot of stuff, but I think it feels almost like she's coming out with a new way of dealing with something financially. I'm not sure. That's what I got that's what I'm thinking when I pulled that. I go, okay, I'm a little confused here. And then I pulled Vision Quest.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm like, oh my God, she's going to create something. She's going to come up with something new.
It might be that minting of that coin. You never know. She's the one would have to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Infuse money into it. But
and
it's all about a higher source. There's no lower stuff going on.
Right.
There's no lower world. Not that that's low, but
right.
I'm
wondering about the middle world. There's the president, and here's the Congress and the Senate, and she's in the middle. She's not higher than
maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
She's bridging something.
Yeah.
But she's doing it alone. She's in the sweat lodge, so she's kind of going at this thing. It's just her.
Well, I also get the feeling that she's sweating it out in some cases. She has to go into Congress and report things, and that I would not feel comfortable with that kind of confrontation. I don't know about you, but no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is not her first rodeo either.
Yeah.
She keeps
Things have
acting
come
fit.
full circle though. Those circles show up and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you know, she's going to go full circle on this.
Right.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
Well,
Fascinating.
this has been so much fun.
It is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Danny.
So,
It's wonderful.
all
We'll
right.
have to do something again soon sometime.
We will.
I like your idea. This was fun. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Well, we'll figure out something. We'll get you a deck of tarot cards.
I need those deviant ones for the shadow. I'm actually working on it, Danny. I've been studying tarot cards for years and years, but I'm working through it. I'm working through it archetypally, and but I'm doing one at a time. So
Yeah.
Because I have so much free time.
Of course. How many young minds are you melding and blending and focusing right now?
Oh, probably about 300, 350. Yeah. And I have no TA to help.
What?
Oh, no. I work
I'll be
4
your-
different places. Yeah. You
I'll
want to be my
your
TA?
TA.
My husband always says, take the papers, throw them up in the air. And if they're over there, they're a B, they're a C, they're a D. Yeah.
Kind of like that idea.
Yeah, I know. He did too.
All right.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Aley,
Bye,
thank
everybody.
you so much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.